Good wishes, dear students. The concept you will be learning in today's class is quantum numbers. It's a kind of parameter which helps us to characterize the electron in an atom by a set of 4 quantum numbers. They are principal quantum number represented by small n, azimuthal quantum number represented by L, magnetic quantum number represented by ml, and a spin quantum number represented by ms. What's the meaning of principal quantum number? It's a number of energy levels or shells present within the atom. As you have learnt in the lower classes, it's usually represented as a K level, L level, M level, N level and so on. Azimuthal quantum number, when we say, it's the subshells of the main energy level or shells, meaning K, L, M and N are main energy level. Further, they will have a subshells category within them. They are called as a s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital. The third one is a magnetic quantum number. Here, these subshells will have the number of orbitals in a subshell. To make this point clear, I would like to show you this diagram. What you have learnt it in the lower classes. When you say s orbital, only one box will be there. When you say p orbital, there will be 3 boxes. D orbital, when you say 5 orbital boxes will be there. And when we say F orbital, there will be 7 boxes here. Meaning one orbital can have a 2 electron. So 3 boxes, when we say how many electrons it can have, a 6 electrons. D, 5 orbitals. So how many electrons it can have, a 10 electrons. F has got a 7 orbital. So how many electrons? In one orbital you can have a 2 electron. So together 7 orbitals are there. 7 2s are 14. So magnetic quantum number stands for number of orbitals in a subshell. So yes, when we say only one orbital will be there. P, when you say there will be 3 orbitals. D, when you say there will be 5 orbitals. F, when you say there will be 7 orbitals. Usually their orientation, magnetic number, will give us the orientation of the electron along the axis. For example, px, when I say electron is found along the x-axis in a p orbital. Py, when you say electron is found along the y-axis in a p orbital. Pz, when you say electron is found along the z-axis in p orbital. About this axis, when I show you the shapes of atomic orbitals, I'll explain to you in detail. Remember, main energy level has got a subshells. They are known as a s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital. Magnetic quantum number, when you say, each of these subshells will have a different number of orbitals in them. Example, S will have 1 orbital, P will have a 3 orbital and so on. And the last one, spin quantum number, it talks about the spin of the electron. Now the key concept you need to remember here is, on the whole, quantum number defines the shapes of the atom, orientation of the electron and spin of the electron. Shapes I will be showing you. Orientation means I told you along the axis. For every orbital we will have to draw the diagram along the axis. You will see it later. And talking about the spin of the electron. Now first one in detail, principal quantum number. So this is in terms of 2-mark question. Only so much is enough to write. If you are asked to write for 5 mark, you have to explain in detail all 4 quantum numbers with the key answers. Principal quantum number, as I told you, it describes the energy level of the electron. It is denoted by the symbol small n. If you remember, nucleus, center of the atom, you have a nucleus. Around the nucleus, this is the representation. You have so many circles being drawn here. Each circle stands for the energy level. In this case, how many circles you can see here? 1, 2, 3, 4 circles are there. So there are 4 energy level. That's the meaning of principal quantum number. In short, I've just given you the curved line. So always next to the nucleus will be a K level. Then comes the L level. Then comes the m level, n level, and so on. So these are called as a principal quantum number. When n is equals to 1, the number shells will be a K shell here. When n is equals to 2, the shell is called as an L level. And when n is equals to 3, the shell will be the m level. When n is equals to 4, the shell will be the n level here. And the next point, maximum number of electrons in a shell or in an atom can be calculated by making use of the formula 2n square. N stands for the principal quantum number that you are taking. Substitute this n value into this formula. You can calculate the total number of electrons within the atom. The next one, n also gives us the principal quantum number, also gives us energy of the electron. The formula here is En is equals to minus 1312.8 Z square by n square kilojoules per mole. And it also, principal quantum number also gives us the distance of the electron from the nucleus. Remember, if suppose you have an electron in the m level, so we can calculate the distance from the nucleus to the m level by this formula. That is Rn is equals to 0.529 into n square by Z into angstrom. So these are the key words and answers for the principal quantum number. Remember the levels here. In short, each circle stands for a 1 principal energy levels here. In this case, there are 4 energy level. Different categories we will see as we proceed. The next concept is azimuthal quantum number. It also has got 2 other names, subsidiary quantum number or a subshells. The subshells only I told you, remember, s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital. So the main energy levels will have the category. They are represented by L symbol. Values ranges from 0 to n minus 1. N is a principal quantum number. Now the chart will help you to understand the concept better. N is equals to 1. Always S value, remember it starts from 0 onwards. 0 to n minus 1. So if n is equals to 1, L is equals to 0. When we substitute the value here, n is equals to 1. 1 minus 1 will become 0 as the answer. So what is the value here? Only one value we've got. So here the subshells will be s orbital alone. When n is equals to 2, L will have the 2 levels. So that is 0 and 1. So if you substitute 2 into this formula, 0 already you've got. 2 if you substitute here, 2 minus 1 gives you 1 as the answer. So 0 and 1. So how many values you've got here? 2 values. So 2 orbitals will be available. That is s orbital and p orbital. Now if you consider that a principal quantum number to be 3 here, substituting this into the formula 0, already we have got n minus 1 when you substitute. N is equals to 3. 3 minus 1 will be 2. So 0, 1, 2. So how many values you are getting? 3 values. So how many orbitals will be there? S orbital, p orbital and d orbital. And the last one, if n is equals to 4, L is equals to 0, 1, 2 and 3. If you want, you can substitute into this formula n minus 1. So 4 minus 1 gives you 3. So you should have a 0, 1, 2 and 3. So how many values are found? 4 values. So how many orbitals will be available? S orbital can be found, p orbital can be found, d orbital and f orbital. So all you need to remember is azimuthal number tells you how many subshells can be there. For n is equals to 1, only one subshell will be found, that is s orbital alone. If n is equals to 2, you will find 2 subshells category. If n is equals to 3, you will find 3 subshells category. If n is equals to 4, you will find 4 subshells category. Few more points to be added. Maximum number of electrons in a subshell. Do not get confused with the previous. Here you learnt maximum number of electrons in a shell, meaning within the whole of atom you have to calculate. The formula is 2n square. Here you are calculating maximum number of electrons in a subshell when you say how many electrons s orbital can have, how many electrons p orbital can have, how many electrons d orbital can have, how many electrons f orbital can have. So the formula here is 2 into 2l plus 1. Based on this only I gave you the clue. S orbital, when you say only each box can have maximum 2 electrons. So 2 electrons only. So if each box is 2, here already you got 3 boxes here. So together you can have a 6 electron. In case of D, 5 boxes are there. Each box 2 electron, 5 2s are 10. F, when you say 7 boxes are there, each box 2 electron. So you can have a 7 2s are 14 electron. You shouldn't use the word box, you should say orbitals. Okay, for easy explanation I'm using the word. So maximum number of electrons in a subshell formula is 2 into 2l plus 1. Maximum number of electron in the whole shell is equals to 2n square. The next one, azimuthal quantum number is also helps us to calculate the orbital angular momentum. I told you earlier, angular momentum stands for motion of a rotating body here. Orbital is a sphere. The atom is considered to be the sphere. So, three-dimensional shape of the sphere. The formula here is calculating the orbital angular momentum, square root of L into L plus 1 h pi 2 pi is the formula there. So these are the key words in terms of, I'll come back to this later, in terms of azimuthal quantum number. The third one, magnetic quantum number, represented by ML symbol. The value ranges from minus L to plus L through 0. Here again, look at this chart, you will understand it better. If L is equals to 0, the formula to be followed here is 2L plus 1. Substitute in place of L the value. 2 into 0 plus 1 will give you 1 as the answer. So if it is a 1, what will be the M value? 0 will be the value. So meaning only one orbital is available, that stands for a S orbital. When L is equals to 1, when you substitute, you get a 3. So the M value, when we say 3, when I say, start from, the number begins from 1. So minus L to plus L, when I say 0, we have no minus and plus. So you are leaving it as it is, hence you are considering to be 1 orbital. Number of orbitals will be 1. When L is equals to 1, you get the value to be 3 here. So if you start from minus to plus 1, how many numbers can get? Minus 1, 0, plus 1, because through 0 you have to move in. So how many values you are getting? 3 values you are getting. And that's what I have written it down here. If L is equals to 2, substituting 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5 I will get. So minus 2, 2 plus 2, you have to write the numbers. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So how many values you are getting? 5. Hence we call them to be d orbital here. And the last one, if L is equals to 3, substituting, you get 7 as the answer. So if you plot from minus L to plus L, that is from minus 3 to plus 3, you get 7 numbers here, 7 values for the magnetic quantum number. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So there are 7 orbitals available. And this is the foundation. Once again, I'm taking up the same thing. Only one orbital when you have, it stands for the S orbital. When you have a 3 orbital, it stands for the P orbital. When you have 5 as the answer, like a magnetic quantum number to be 5, it stands for the d orbital, because you can see 5 orbitals are there. Each one can have a 2 electron. And if it is a magnetic quantum number is 7, it stands for the f orbital, meaning 7 orbitals are available. Each orbital contains a 2 electron. In short, I have given the points here. If L is equals to 0, you needn't every time work out in this manner. You can keep this clue. If L is equals to 0, you can be very sure only S orbital will be found. How many electrons S orbital can have? Only 2 electron. If L is equals to 1, now it stands for a p orbital. How do we say p orbital? If L is equals to 1, you will get the number of orbitals 3. So remember here, 3 orbitals. Each orbital can have a 2. So together how many electrons you can have? A 6 electron. If L is equals to 2, here if L is equals to 2, how many orbitals are available? 5 orbital. If it is a 5, how many electrons it can contain? 10 electrons it can contain. So it stands for a d orbital. If L is equals to 3, you know that it stands for a f orbital, meaning it counts up to 7 orbitals. So if you look at the f level, 7 orbitals, 7 2s are 14, 14 maximum 14 electrons it can be there. Few more points to add in it. ML describes, magnetic quantum number describes orientation of the electron. Orientation, right now I'm not talking about it. When I give you the shape, I will tell you. Remember what I told you, Px, Py, Pz, meaning electrons are found along the x-axis in p orbital, along the y-axis, along the z-axis. Little more explanation I will give you when I show you the structure of the orbital or shape of the orbital. Now, Zeeman effect provides experimental justification for this concept. And the last point, magnitude of the angular momentum is given by L. L stands for azimuthal number. And the angular direction of the angular momentum is given by magnetic quantum number. And the last one, spin quantum number, represented by ms. It describes the spin of the electron, represented by ms symbol. The description or the definition is the electron in an atom revolves not only around the nucleus but also it spins on its own axis or in its own axis. What's the meaning of it? You know that electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Apart from it, the electron also spins along its own axis. So it can spin on the clockwise direction or a anti-clockwise direction. If it spins in the clockwise direction, its value is plus half. If it spins in the anti-clockwise direction, its value is minus half. So maximum of 2 values are possible in case of spin here. Now they have given also a question. Evaluate yourself. A question taken from page number 46. About this I will explain to you in the next class. Thank you.